Hello my friends, it's June 22nd, 2017, and it's time for today's big story. It's hard to find a Switch. It's been hard to find a Switch since day one. It's still hard to find a Switch. That's how it is in most of the world. There are some portions where you can find one, but by and large, most areas, it's tough to find one out there. I know locally, every time I go out to the store, I check Toys R Us, Walmart, Target, all those kind of Best Buy, all those stores. Always sold out. I never see any in stores. And of course, some people are saying Nintendo's doing this on purpose. They're manufacturing demand by putting a little bit out on store shelves, and they want people to think that it's really hard to get because so many people want it, and then more people want it because they can't get it, blah 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 blah. But today Nintendo specifically came out and was asked that question, so they came out and they made a statement saying no, that's not the case. This comes from Nintendo's Senior Director of Corporate Communications, Charlie Shibeta, or Skibeta, or Cybeta? I'm gonna say Shibeta. He says, it's definitely not intentional in terms of shorting the market. We're making it as fast as we can. We want to get as many units out as we can to support all the software that's coming out right now. Our job really is to get it out as quick as we can, especially for the holiday season, because we want to have units on the shelves to support Super Mario Odyssey. We anticipated there was going to be demand for it, but the demand has been even higher than we thought. We had a good quantity for launch. We sold 2.7 million worldwide in the first month. Said we're going to have 10 million more by the end of the fiscal year. Unfortunately, we're in a situation right now where as quick as it's going into retail outlets, it's being snapped up. It's a good problem to have, but we're working very hard to try and meet demand. Yeah, it's certainly good, you know, you want your system to sell, and that's great. Right out of the gate, it's doing fantastic, and people are talking about it, much better buzz, the marketing's all over the place, so yeah, people want it, and obviously it's a good thing to have people want it so bad that it flies off store shelves, but you know, not having it there for people to buy is going to hurt them in the long run too, because eventually, you know, say you try for 6 months and you're trying to get the thing and you can't, eventually you're just going to be like, ah, whatever, I'll get it later, and then you don't end up getting it. So they want to get those units out there, and like Mr. Shibeta said, they really want to do it to make sure they're ready for Super Mario Odyssey, because that's probably going to be a big system seller for them. So they got to have systems on the shelves to sell them, so. Airtane on Go Nintendo says, even if what they're saying is true, even if Nintendo showed how the Switch was manufactured and showed how empty their warehouses are, there would still be a small group of video game critics who would say, yeah, but did you show us all of your warehouses? I think what Shibeta says here will go to calm some tempers, but there is still going to be a number of people who just want to argue about the situation. Yeah, that's how it always is. I mean, this argument's been going on with Nintendo for a long time now with multiple things. We heard it with the original Wii, that they were manufacturing the demand, and we heard it with the 3DS this only a few months ago, because the 3DS was still hard to find, or shockingly was hard to find because it had been in stock for a while, but then Pokemon Sun and Moon, and then the success of Pokemon Go, and plus the deals going on for the 3DS and the 2DS around Christmas time, it got snatched up by a lot of people. So it was hard to find. We heard the same arguments there. We're hearing about the Switch now. The NES Classic Edition as well, which is a completely different thing altogether. And there's actually a snippet about that in the interview if you want to catch up on what Nintendo has to say about that and why it was hard to find. But yeah, you know, Nintendo has said what they're going to say. There's going to be people who believe it and people who don't. All that really matters is if you want to Switch, know that more are coming. They are ramping up production, and hopefully you'll have an easier time getting one in the not-too-distant future. Alright, my friends, that's today's big story for June 22nd, 2017. Thanks for watching and liking and subscribing and commenting. It's very much appreciated. I'll be back tomorrow for whatever tomorrow's big story is, and I sure hope you'll join me to check it out. So until then, have a lovely evening, and I will see you in a few short hours. Hey guys, RMC here from Go Nintendo. If you like what you saw in the video, why don't you give us a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe? We'd love to have you. If you want to see what else we're up to, you can check out GoNintendo.com for 24-hour Nintendo news. You can visit us on Facebook at Facebook.com/GoNintendo. You can check us out on Twitter at Twitter.com/GoNintendoTweet. And we're even over on Instagram at Instagram.com/GoNintendo. I put all the links in the description just to make it easier for you guys to follow. Thanks a lot!